Hi, I'm Laura. I just wanted to make this video to talk a little bit about Terra Firma cosmetics. I decided to look for a new cosmetic line after having a really bad experience with department store counter skincare, and was wary of using cosmetics and things on my skin that had a lot of chemicals in them because I felt like that's what had caused my issues. I don't know how well it will show up on the video, but I have quite a bit of scarring on my face. I had it really bad on my forehead, but it seems to be fading finally. And so I was on the search for something more natural, but that would still give me really good coverage. And so I started looking into mineral makeup, and found a video online that talked about comparing different mineral powders, and the guy who reviewed it said that he really liked Terra Firma, so I decided to give it a try. I'd never used powder makeup before. I'd always used liquid, so this was really new for me. Anyway, I wanted to talk about a couple of their products because I've been using their makeup for almost a year now, and I've tried some of their other products as well that I really, really love. So I wanted to share them with you. This is their pumpkin mask. Unfortunately, I'm getting some glare, so it's not showing up too well. This works really well. I use this not as often as I probably could, about once a month. I think it says on their website you can use it once a week, but I just don't really think about it. This is helping to heal my skin scarring. I do recommend that you not use this if you're hungry because it smells like pumpkin pie, and that's not good on an empty stomach. So this is really good. It does sting just a little bit, but that's just working on your skin. It says, again, on their website that that's to be expected, and it's not bad. And then this is something I use twice a day. It's one of their new products, Source Dejuvenance. I'm probably not pronouncing that properly, but it's a really good hydration product. I use it. I have topical medication that I'm using on my skin right now, so I put that on twice a day, and then I put this on underneath it, and it keeps my skin really moist, but it's not very heavy or greasy. And I just use one pump of this on my face, and sometimes I use another pump on my neck if I'm feeling like my neck is a little bit dry. And so I have that on already. And then let me pull my hair back here. So, and then the next thing I put on when I am putting on makeup is their About Face. This is a moisturizer, tinted moisturizer and primer in one. Sometimes I use this just if I'm not going to wear makeup, I just wear this because it gives a little bit of coverage. It also has a little bit of shimmer, which is not like in your face glitter, but it does give a little bit of help hiding spots on your skin that you're not wanting to be shown off. So I use one pump of this, and I just sort of spread this out on my face a little bit and then rub it in. And I've got some scarring on my neck as well, so that gets a little bit too. You do want to be sure you rub this in all the way. Once I was in a bit of a hurry and I put this on my face and rubbed it in, I thought well enough, but then I realized halfway through the day I had a streak of tinted moisturizer, and at that point it had dried enough that I couldn't just rub it away. So do be sure that you rub it in well enough. And then I use their Eliminate Concealer, and this is the Refresh tint. One thing that I do really like about Terra Firma is that they'll send you samples. I got one of these stackers. This used to be taller and have other options, but I gave the rest to one of my girlfriends who wanted to try it. You can get this, I think, for $20, but then you also get a $20 gift certificate to use on their mineral powders. So you basically get to try several of their shades of mineral makeups, as well as a couple blushes and their finishing powder for free. And then you can also go through and get $1 sample, or one sample baggie of a bunch of their other stuff for either free or discounted. That's how I've tried a lot of their other products that I then have gone on to buy because I've been impressed with everything they have. So anyway, this is the concealer that they make that I use. This is honestly the thing that only thing that I've had to reorder of the products of theirs in the last year. I don't, granted, wear makeup every day, but I do use quite a bit of this because I have so many areas I'm trying to hide. So, and this is all, they all have these, I don't know that that's going to show. It's all, so you can just tap a little bit out at a time in your lid. I was traveling recently, so I've got quite a bit in my lid already, so I don't need to tap it out. But and then I found also, this is a e.l.f. makeup brush. This is actually a eyeshadow brush, but I found that to be the most effective brush for me to use to put the concealer on, because you can get quite a bit in the brush at once. And so you don't have to apply it onto the brush quite as often. And again, because I have so much area I need to cover, it works really well for me. If you don't have as many areas to cover, you probably don't need a brush quite this big, but it works for me, and it was a cheap brush. Eventually I do want to try the makeup brushes Terra Firma sells, but since I didn't know for sure that I was going to like it, I just got some cheap brushes at Target. And they've continued working pretty well for me, so I have not gotten around to trying their brushes yet. They do also make a product to go under your eyes that helps conceal like bags and things like that, that I have tried. I didn't have an issue with it. I just didn't find it to be as effective for me as this, and since I go through this so quickly sometimes, although I've only had to order it once in the last year, reorder it, that is, it hasn't been that big of a deal, but I just didn't find it to be that much of a difference from their concealer that I felt like it was worth getting. But if for me, my biggest issue is here. If you have beautiful skin here and you've got some bags here, I would say go for their under the eye stuff. So, and I'm not sure I'm getting the best coverage because I'm using this camera, but you can probably see already how well this is concealing, and I'm going to put a couple of more layers of things on top of this. So it doesn't have to be 100% covered, because you're going to put the mineral powder makeup over it, and then on my cheeks I'm going to put a little bit of blush, and then you put a finishing powder on over all of that. And I really love the finishing powder. Honestly, if they hadn't included that in the sample stacker, I probably never would have tried it. But it really does make a difference in making everything blend really evenly. And so I highly recommend it. Again, I just have a few spots on my forehead, so we're almost done here. And then I'll get my neck real quick. I also highly recommend, if you have any questions, feel free to call Terra Firma, because I have, especially when I first ordered, I really felt a little bit like a fish out of water, because this is all fairly new for me, because I was a fairly loyal customer of the brand that I'd used before that has of course ruined my skin. And they were able to give me all kinds of recommendations. I would say, what do you think about using this product for this purpose? And they'd say, oh no, I think this other one's better for you. So if you have any questions, please call them, because they're wonderful. It's also a fairly small company out of Washington State. And I really like that it's not some big corporation. So I'm using, I should have held this up, the Hydra Silk powder, and I use the Cool Bisque color. Again, you can get the sample stacker to try and figure out what's the right one for you. So I am using an Echo Tools brush. Again, I got this at Target for I think about $5. So it's pretty cheap if you want to just try it out. And I tap some into the lid and then dip my brush in and tap it off. And then I just sort of stipple this over my face. Now, one thing that I have done if I wanted to have really, really good coverage, like I was going to a nice event, is I've mixed the concealer that I just finished using a minute ago with the tinted moisturizer, and I put that on, and it was able to go on just a little bit thicker. But generally, I don't bother with that because this hides most of it. Okay, and then next I'm going to use the Matte Natural Refined shade of blush. And this a little bit goes a long way, so I usually do 2 taps of that into the lid, and then I've got a Victoria's Secret's Travel blush brush that I use. Now, don't be too concerned if your blush looks a little bit darker than you'd like it to, because the finishing powder is going to mask that just a little bit. I know that I've definitely had moments where I'm putting on my makeup and then I go outside and I realize that I look a little bit clownish, but not with this product, but with other blushes. And then I'm gonna finish with the airbrush powder. I don't think this is the translucent. I think this comes in a couple of different shades, but not a whole lot. Let's see. And again, I'm using my kabuki brush, and again, just sort of stipple this over your skin. Now, I was able to find, when I was trying to do some research on these, several videos talking about the makeup. Well, I guess I'll do another close-up of my cheek area. There is some scarring still showing, but it's pretty well hidden. And again, if I was not in this room with this, using this screen as my mirror, I'd probably be able to do a little bit of a better job of applying. And then I've also used their gel eyeliner. This is the Brownie Points. I'm not going to put that on right now, but I do really like it. It's very smooth, and it doesn't smudge very often. I don't wear eye makeup all the time, and so sometimes I forget and I rub my eyes, and I haven't had any issue with raccoon eyes or anything like that. I'm going to put a little bit of their eyeshadow on. I'm going to be using the Plumeria and Fig. The Plumeria is a really pale pink. Just put a little bit of this. They have all kinds of eyeshadow. They have matte and satin and shimmer and all kinds of stuff. They're having a sale, I think right now, where you get 5 of them for $25, which is a really good deal because they're normally, I think, like $8. And since I've been slowly getting rid of all of my more conventional makeup and replacing it with Terra Firma, I took advantage of that sale because I used to have a lot of eyeshadow. And then I'm going to put the Fig on the outside of my lids. That's a little bit darker than I remember it being. When in doubt, use your finger as an applicator. That's what I would say. Okay. And then this was the product I was probably the most nervous about using because I'm a bit sensitive to mascara. A lot of mascaras really make my eyes red and stuff like that. So I want to highly recommend their stacked mascara. This is the black violet color, and it's really nice and smooth. It has a kind of nice smell. It's not like a perfume smell. I'm not really sure what it is, but it smells really nice. Again, I have had no issue with raccoon eyes at all, and it's just a really nice mascara. It doesn't get spidery or cakey or anything like that in my experience, and I've been using this for I think about 6 months, the same tube, so I've used it for quite a while, and I haven't had any issue of spider leg eyelashes, which is pretty gross. So. Oh, my bangs are coming out. My headband. And I like the little bit of a purple tint in the mascara. I normally wear brown mascara, but I thought I'd give this a try and I really like it. I'm so fair-skinned that regular black is usually not a good thing. And then I usually give another little sweep on the outside of my lashes. Add a little drama. I've got quite long eyelashes, so. And then the only one of their products that I've gotten that I'm not a very big fan of is their lip stain, and that's only because it's very shimmery, and I'm not a really big fan of shimmery lip product. This does have really long-lasting color, which is nice. I wish that they would do one that was not a shimmery. So if you like shimmer or you don't mind shimmer and you like things that are long-wearing, I do recommend this. It just wasn't something that was for me. And then I'm very excited that they recently came out with 3 lipsticks. I am a bit of a lipstick junkie, and that was my last holdout on conventional makeup because they just didn't make one. But they have one now, so I'm really happy. And I'm going to put on Luscious Lucille. Now, their lipstick is very pigmented. I have sometimes put on a lip gloss and then dabbed a little bit of their lipstick on a finger and then dabbed it on to get a little bit more of a subtle color. But I wanted you to see what it looked like when it was just put on normally. So, sorry, my hair is a little bit wet still from my shower. But that's my review of Terra Firma Cosmetics. I hope that that was helpful for someone looking into trying mineral makeup. Again, I highly recommend them. They have wonderful customer service. If you get on their mailing list, you get notified whenever they have sales. And they have sales most of the time on something. They also have a VIP club so that when you order, you often get some kind of freebie, which is a great way to try some of their other products. So I hope you give them a try, or try another mineral makeup, but I highly recommend them. So, thank you so much. Bye.